Good morning. It's my first full day in Lynchburg, and I am going to try really hard to just be really present and not to be distracted by social media. So I logged out of Facebook and Instagram, which are like my biggest draws, and I'm just going to be present today from 5 a.m. to 5 p.m. because a lot of my business is online, so like I couldn't completely go off, but yeah, just going to be present in my thoughts today. Got a book to read. I got a lot of writing I want to do. I'm supposed to do a late lunch with a girlfriend of mine, and then dinner with a really awesome friend that I made while I was a reporter here. And yeah, so we're going to start off with a walk. Isn't that gorgeous? At Percival's Island. It's a trail. Lynchburg is a really big running community. It has a lot of hills, so it's a challenging place to run. There's a lot of trails and things like that. So yeah, I'm gonna do a 20-minute jog, walk. It's been such a long time since I've done long distance, so I'm trying to get my body and stuff back into it. Because I do want to run a half marathon, whether it's by myself or when the world opens back up. And I've gained some quarantine weight. So, all right, let's get to it. I literally only ran like maybe 2 or 3 minutes. That was tough. I was running every other day before the pandemic. I could feel it. Like my chest was like, whoa, girl. My calves are burning. That's okay. The beautiful thing about running as like a sport is that it's really awesome how you see your body get used to it, your endurance build up. So this is the first run I've done like super long time. So I didn't expect to be out the gate, but training for the half marathon earlier this year, getting to 10 miles, right? I was running 10 miles nonstop, shows me that I'm capable. So yeah, so this is just like a starting point. When I started training for the half marathon, I would just go on the treadmill and jog. And I'm like, okay, how long can I jog for? Keep working up to that. So that's what I'm gonna do. I've been debating about going back to the gym because I Planet Fitness, but I just don't know, y'all. I have to be conscious of the fact that I live with other people that have health risk. And I know people who've contracted COVID. Some didn't survive. Not anyone close to me, but like this woman I knew, her fiance passed from COVID and he was in his 30s. He had diabetes, which is a risk factor or like a pre-existing health condition that can make COVID more lethal. But people, healthy people I know that have gotten COVID, girl, the symptoms that they go through, I don't want it. All right, I'm gonna catch my breath and then try to run like a jog, another fourth of a mile. And then we'll turn around at a half mile and come back because I don't want to overdo it today because I have a lot of stuff going on. Plus, like what I've learned from years of running, not running, is that like you can't overdo it on your first day back. In my 20s, I ran a lot actually. When I unpacked for my new place, I was like looking at all the medals I have and I was like, dang girl, you were a runner. All right, let me show you this beautiful trail. Sorry, it's wobbly and walking. And this just like goes. I think it connects to like all these other places of Lynchburg. I've actually run some races on this trail. Whew. Love this. I love this, love this. This is Percival's Island overlook. And right across there, that bridge, that was the bridge that I came into Lynchburg for the first time in 2009 to interview for a reporting job at the ABC station here. All right. So let's talk about the name. Lynchburg is a city on a bunch of hills. That's why one of the other names for Lynchburg is Hill City. Now, when I got my reporting job here in 2019, people were like, why the hell are you going to Lynchburg? All right, I'm walking slow and my speech is starting to get labored because we're walking up a street that is just an incline. It's just an incline. And this is the last part, the last stretch of my walk. Anyways, So I thought about it too, you know. Look at that, isn't that gorgeous? People are like, why do you want to go to Lynchburg? Like, people assume that Lynchburg was called Lynchburg because it had more lynchings. And as a black woman, I was concerned about that. So before I came here, I researched the name Lynchburg. Now, what I saw in the history books is that Lynchburg was built by John Lynch, or someone by the last name Lynch. And when I became a reporter here, I was really fascinated with why black people outside the city of Lynchburg thought that Lynchburg was called Lynchburg because it had more lynchings than other places. That's not the case. Now, Virginia was a state that practiced lynching. Almost any state or area that held slaves used lynching as a means of punishing and controlling the slaves. So I wanted to do a story about the name Lynchburg and this perception people have about Lynchburg being a place where more black people were lynched. My news director wasn't very comfortable with that. Lynchburg is a pretty conservative place, and he was like, no. Maybe that's, I don't know. He had his reasons. But he did allow me to go do a story about slavery in Virginia. And I went to the Museum of the Confederacy, which Richmond was the capital of the Confederacy. And there's a museum there, like tucked away, where you can go learn about, good morning, where you can go learn about the role of the Confederacy in Virginia. I think even black people should go see that experience. I don't know, it's just me. I think the journalist in me wants to see both sides. So yeah, going up that hill. So yes, it's my understanding from the research that I'm doing that Lynchburg didn't do any more or wasn't known for lynchings. If anyone knows contrary, please comment below and let me know. But all the research I've done doesn't indicate that. Whew, Jesus saves. This is a local parlor. What I do love about Lynchburg, especially downtown, you're more likely to see more local businesses than corporate. And Lynchburg has done a lot to build its economy. When I reported here 2009, 2012, the Department of Economics was planning then what has come to fruition now. They were saying to ourselves, how do we keep young people in Lynchburg, right? We have a lot of young professionals who come here, go to college, because there's a lot of colleges here. Lynchburg College, Randolph College, Liberty University, I'm not forgetting another one. And how do we get them to stay? Well, we have to make downtown more attractive. So they built lofts and restaurants and things like that. Things that benefit the whole overall economy. When I was a reporter here, I think it was after I left, this firm came in and designed all of this awesome stuff. So it's super cool to come back and see the changes that they were talking about Zions ago. All right, we're almost at the top of the hill. At the top of this street is a place called Monument Terrace. And forgive me, I forgot the history of Monument Terrace. It's like, I got a lot of history. When I was a reporter here, every Friday, veterans from all wars would come here and at noon. And they would have people honk their horns and stuff like that. Super, super awesome. When people want to make big announcements and things like that, they do it at Monument Terrace. Now, Monument Terrace has an incline of steps you can go up. I don't have the strength for that today. I'm going to show you Monument Terrace, okay? Here we go. In your city, stop and look at the historical markers. I didn't do that when I lived here, but this says Monument Terrace was completed in 1925. It links Church Street and Court Street via 132 steps and 10 landings. That's that long stairway I was telling you about. The bronze statue, the listening post, created by Charles Keek, commemorates Lynchburg's World War I dead. Several other military memorials have been installed since then on the steps and landings. The Confederate statue at the top of the Monument Terrace has a time capsule in it and its base that holds Confederate currency, replica flags, photographs of local veterans, and hair from Traveler General Robert E. Lee's horse. Oh gosh, I didn't know that. Several notable churches, including First Baptist and Westminster Presbyterian, both demolished, once stood on Church Street. The building to the right of Monument Terrace was formerly the office of Lynchburg's newspaper, the News in Advance. The building was designed by Richard Allen and completed in 1931 as one of the city's premier examples of Art Deco architecture. Carter Glass owned the News in Advance from 1888 until his death in 1946. He served as the Secretary of Treasury and in the House of Representatives for 16 years. During his 26 years as a U.S. Senator, he co-authored legislation that helped create the Federal Reserve. That's freaking awesome. The 18-story Allied Arts building on your right, Lynchburg's tallest building until 1972, is another fine example of Art Deco architecture and was completed in 1931. Architects Stan Coke Johnson and Ray Brandon designed it. The base is covered with greenstone, a type of stone quarried in commercial quantities only in Lynchburg. That's really freaking awesome. That's Monument Terrace, and I actually used to work out up there, or do this workout too. And when I started blogging, I took some pictures at the top of Monument Terrace. They're so cute. If I can find them, I'll put them up here. Girl, this is like been a really good workout. So here is a little bit of the history of Lynchburg. It says in 1757, John Lynch opened a ferry here. In 1765, a church was built. In 1786, Lynchburg was established by Act of Assembly. In 1791, the first tobacco warehouse was built. Lynchburg was incorporated as a town in 1805. In 1840, the James River and Kiwanis Canal from Richmond to Lynchburg was opened. The section of the Buchanan in 1851, Lynchburg became a city in 1852. And there's the historical marker. So, you know what is really cool? How familiar I feel with this area. I mean, I lived here for 3 years. It really does feel like a second home. Another interesting thing is, I'm not gonna lie, I logged out of Facebook and Instagram, and I'm walking, and I instantly wanted to post some of this stuff on Instagram. Even now, I'm like, I want people to see how beautiful it is. It's not like, I don't do social media because it's not like if I didn't post it, it didn't exist. I just like sharing my life and experiences with people. That's one of the beauties, I think, of social media, is that it allows us to connect to other people's lives in different parts of the world. This woman that I follow on Instagram lives in Illinois, and we're gonna walk across. And I've just learned so much about her and her life and her family. I know other people in different parts of the country. I don't know. I don't think that social media is all bad. I think sometimes we probably use it too much, or maybe it's a distraction. I don't think it's all bad. All right, we're nearing the end of the walk. I'm gonna wash my hair, get my life together, and then there's a breakfast place that I love that I'm gonna go to for my morning meeting. So I'm an assistant for an influencer, and every Monday we talk about assignments that we need to do, what we're working on, things like that. And yeah, it's cool. I actually really love this part of my job. Or this is one of my many jobs. This is one of the jobs that I really enjoy. I have a year left in grad school. Honestly, 2 semesters because I just finished up summer school. I'm really freaking proud of myself, y'all. Like 2016, I was homeless. 2020, getting my life together, getting my finances together, and I'm about to have a master's. The more I do this type of work, the more I know that what I want to do with my life is journalism and public relations. Yeah. I also am looking into really stepping up my motivational speaking coaching. I do that like for a couple people, but doing some training to enhance how I coach people on being motivational speakers. my website is being redesigned right now, and pretty soon I'll be able to plug that and be like, hey, go on over to goodgirlchronicles.com, book your session. Oh, I'm also working on getting everything set up for me to do virtual, that's redundant, for me to do webinars and to start, doing my storytelling workshops from home. People can do them from home. Yes. I didn't learn a lot about finances or multiple streams of income or those kind of things from my parents. And I mean, a lot of Black millennials can say that, or a lot of Black kids can say that, and I just want to be different. And so another goal of mine this year is to invest in the stock market, which my stepfather does. Like, he never shared that information with me. And I have an IRA, but I want to have 6 months emergency savings. And then in the meantime, I'm going to be looking at loans for people like me for a house or a condo. But we're working on the job part, getting consistent, more income than I'm making now. It's busy, y'all. They like tearing up the streets down here, but that was the case when I lived here too. All right, so we are out and about. I had breakfast at this place called Market at Main, which I love. I really want to show you guys the LU Mountain. It's not LU Mountain, but it's like they made it that. You know, I told you like that Lynchburg is made up, like has a lot of colleges. One of them is Liberty University. Liberty University is a Christian university, one of the biggest in the country, I think, if you include their online, their online students. And it's a conservative Christian school founded by Jerry Falwell, the Jerry Falwell Sr. And it was recently headed by his, oh my God, the mall. Oh my Lord, they are doing up this mall. Sorry. It was recently headed by his son, Jerry Falwell Jr., but he got in some trouble. He posted this picture that some people thought was inappropriate, so he is no longer the chancellor or president of LU. But anyway, Lynchburg is very conservative, but it has a lot of pull and control in Lynchburg. A lot of people in Lynchburg work at LU, and the big mountain, like there's a big mountain in Lynchburg, and they put LU on it. Some people feel some type of way about it. Do you know what I mean? Like, the Lynchburg is not just Liberty University, you know? But how do I feel about it? I think it's a little like, dang. But they own the property. Do they own that part of the mountain? That's a good question. So I'm looking for a place to get a pedicure, because I haven't had a pedicure all summer. But I'm going to be sure to get a shot of the LU mountain. Girl, you know what else that I've like noticed and I'm embracing? I've definitely gained quarantine weight. Just because, you know, life has been hard. I'm like recovering from that mental health crisis in May, and I was just like effing about my diet. But I'm feeling a little insecure. Like, I can see it in my face, and I'm really insecure about my stomach. My breasts are huge. I know some people are like, girl, that's good. No. So yeah, all right, I think I'm going the right way. Hey friends, it is my second full day in Lynchburg, and I am at the mall with some of my friends. And we walk by this store called Philanthropy. It's a faith-based retail store. This is the coolest thing. So right in the middle of the store, they have like this chapel thing, and it's like a prayer room. All of these tabs you see are people's prayer requests. This is so beautiful. Look at this. Look at this. Oh my gosh. So freaking cool. So freaking cool. Oh man. All right, let me show you some more.